Hi, Virgo. Alright. I hope that's not interrupting too much. Alright, so welcome to this place. I guess I'm just going to preface for you because you would understand, like, the honesty of it. I feel very sensitive this month. It's Cancer time. Anyone who's acting like it isn't a sensitive time in some extent are probably lying to themselves. There's always something sensitive, something to do with family, something to do with a coworker, something to do with your parents, something to do with your children, something to do with your whatever. It's always something to do with something. Cancer, it's dramatic energy, right? It's motherly again. Somebody's always crying in Cancer season. So if you're crying, don't feel too. If you're crying, don't feel too much about it. You'll get through the water. If somebody else is crying, don't worry. It'll work its way through. Now that's not the only thing that's happening. I just wanted to mention that because, well, what are we doing right here? It's like someone's feeling the need to overly explain themselves. So that they feel understood. Well, let's kick back into Leo. Who gives a shit? Whether people could or not. And actually, Taurus, you're trying, talked about that, where it's just like, yeah, who cares if someone can see what you can see or not? Alright, now this is the thing. Let's move forward into some positive stuff. So someone's going to spend a lot of money on something. This feels positive to me, but maybe it's not for some of you. Eek. Alright, point is, let's back up. Do we need to start over? See this, I just saw someone crumple up the paper and be like, no, like, let me do it again. Let me do it again. So someone just wants to feel comfortable. I do feel like there's a big expenditure somewhere between now and Libra time, or now when the nodes move. This second house energy, especially Virgo rising, it's like there's some kind of, okay, I'm going to give a lot of what I have. I'm going to take, like, I just saw someone gather all of it. It's like a big portion of it. And be like, okay, I have this, and this. And if I put this together, this is this. And I'm going to give that to you. That is like an exchange. It's like, okay, that pays for this, or that compensates for that. Okay. It's some kind of deal. Maybe for some of you it's a car, or for some of you it's moving, or I see two cars going somewhere, or like two people going somewhere. Oh, someone gets car sick. Jupiter going through your 10th house. Let's see. Yeah, I guess you could be stretching into something more comfortable for you. Maybe some of you will relocate for work also. I feel like there was some kind of itch that couldn't be scratched before. It's like someone had to wait for something. For one or two. I'm seeing one or two. They had to wait for something to triangulate. They had to wait to find out, like, and I feel like someone was in the hot seat about it, or they were like, man, is this gonna happen? Like, I feel it could be one of those things where something was just hard on somebody. Like, it felt hot. Even right now, it feels hot. I don't have a drinking problem. It's just sometimes I feel uncomfortable in my own body because I get stuck in my head. Do you know what I mean? So, Okay, I was just looking down at Pluto, and now we have the woman driving. Somebody else has the keys with this, though, so somebody needs help in um, controlling themselves. Or someone can only see, I guess, something to do with. This has to do with a woman's health. Pluto. I can see 3/4 of her. What's that about? There's 3 children involved, or there's children involved. Hold on. I heard, I wonder if someone's ready for something. Just a minute. What's happening here? In ways of the groups you're a part of, the bigger circles you're a part of, this could also have to do with partially with work, because it's kind of this 11th house that I see. Try not to be like, someone needs to make sure to remember to not be too accommodating. There could also be a really sweet, I could see a group of ladies, or like there could be a woman that's really significant in the group, that's very loving and giving. Person could also be a little bit invisible to other people at this time, or a person has the power of invisibility. If you're Virgo rising specifically, I wouldn't try to launch a business at this time. But you could get things in order with your partner or with your family, depending on, I heard, your timeline. Yeah, I heard put your heart into it, and the other piece you will find. Maybe some of you actually want to get a second job to save money for something also. It would be better if you have someone's doing something part-time than it is full-time. I think if it's full-time, it's too someone needs to go replenish. Is there like a hot spring, or like what are the old stones around you? There's some kind of water that's old that has stones around it. It's really old. You wouldn't expect it. Like, you're coming down a place and you're like, wait, this is what should be here is like this. And then all of a sudden it's like the environment stays the same. And then all of a sudden it just changed. I just see change. And it's really amazing. You're like, oh wait, I can tell it's not, because I feel like it was dry. Something was dry. Not that there wasn't life. It was kind of teeming with life, but it was like different. It was like a little rocky, and again, kind of dry. Then all of a sudden there's all this green. And then there's water. I guess that's why there's green, is because there's water. Oh, good. So you find two parts. You found, or you will find, the other half to the puzzle twice. One of them has to do with Uranus. The other one has to do with Venus. And fourth house. Huh. There's also a woman with dark hair that's very significant. Very, very significant. There's also somebody who's like Moroccan or of some ethnicity, getting into that, more that region. It could be Middle Eastern, Northern Africa. I'm also seeing like something about the islands, like tropical water too. Do you have a dog? Cat? What kind of animals do you have? Or like what kind of animals come around you? This could just be like strays that come to you. I'm seeing like in Britain where a lot of people have those foxes, or that's what the internet tells me. I'm sure that, I guess it could be true. You know, it could be bats around you, whatever kind of animals they are. Someone has a tough job to do. This has to do with Scorpio. So maybe like a difficulty in communication in some kind of way, or someone's shy. Someone could be shy and but they're good at writing, or it's one of those kind of dichotomies where it's just like I can explain it, but like I can't write. I heard I can't write as fast as my brain goes. So maybe right now it would be helpful to like use a typewriter or to try to type on the computer, and I wouldn't worry about spelling. It's like kind of just like allowing, I guess it's like kind of unconscious or like subconscious type. So someone's being reminded of something that they used to do, like someone used to be ashamed of their ability or their, yeah, it's like they wanted to fit in, so they were like, okay, I have to do all these things to just fit into this. Or maybe they feel like that now, like I need to fit into this. Someone wants to fit into something, or they want to be a part of. It's more I want to. I guess it's. I heard someone say I want to be a part of something. And I guess part of it is that something's in a planning stage. It's planning, and then it's planting, and then it's growth. Someone used to live in the desert, or they moved from the desert. I actually feel like a person would do well living in a hotter place, or living where there's more sand, closer to where like it's more sandy. It's I can't tell whether it's dry or humid. Like if you know you would do well in a place where like there's winter, then it needs to be a place that's close some way or another. You have to be close to sand. If you know you're like I can't be living in this winter situation, like I know I just need to be in the desert, or I need to be where it's hotter, like closer to the equator, then I heard do it. Like do it. Or maybe that would just be maybe someone's moving more southernly, or more to a place of they're moving to a place for health also. Huh. Someone's pets don't like the environment either. Like you can tell, like if you move to a place and all of a sudden, like this is like I'm seeing something interesting, like where someone moves to a place. Oh wow. A man and a woman have the same line, like like she can intuitively pick up on his heart. Like she because this man is so loving too. This person is so loving. They're a deep diver. And I heard this other person, this woman here, be like, I really appreciate what you do. I really appreciate what you do. Or someone's very heart centric. Let's take it that way. I guess these are general. But someone also likes TV, or like someone may, to try to distract themselves, may watch TV or use the internet. I mean, it can be for learning too, but I feel like it's the masculine that I don't know how to explain what I'm seeing here. Anyway, I guess people use electricity to relax, but I don't know if it always relaxes a person. It may feel like that initially, but then it actually gets really dry. It's kind of like that environment I was talking about. It's not that it doesn't have its purpose, it's just too much of it. Too much of something makes it dries it out. Yeah, so someone's either moving to or from a place. Someone could be considering location. And I guess at very least someone's considering the winter season. That's also because winter is extreme, right? Usually where there's winter, it's these extreme. It's like, all right, we get a whole bunch of this, and then we get a whole bunch of that, and it's kind of black and white. A place that doesn't have winter, it's a little bit more tepid. If that's not the season, if that season doesn't exist there, it's more tepid as we go along, right? There's still dips, but it's not like frozen. I heard someone's well aware of the political plight also. Like what is appropriate. Someone can see the mirror into where some people are trying to do some things right. Something gets tricky over here. I don't think this has to do with you. I think that, again, I heard political plight. I heard don't let your mind get wrapped up with that, especially TV at night. If any, I don't know who's into that. It's like someone watching the news before they go to bed. It's, I don't know who that is, but that's, I don't know. So I heard someone would rather, I see it's better to figure out, like someone wants to figure out more, or they're more concerned about how they're going to afford things. I guess someone could be looking at the cycles of things. Or I heard the trends. Interesting. This is very specific, but there's like blueberries or blue eggs. Antioxidants. Oh, you got another piece of the puzzle. Okay. Oh, she's waiting. She's waiting. Okay, she's like, alright, I'll wait. I'll wait. But someone might be getting a little bit impatient with something. And I guess it's because someone's has to rely on other people to make it happen. Okay. We'll wait for time. I'm gonna say that's that, Virgo, for now. I'm gonna do an extended reading over on Patreon. If you're already over there, that will be available. I had some sketchy people go over there, by the way. And I understand it's the internet and it's weird, and I'm guessing it wouldn't come through your lens. It's more like Cancer Scorpio kind of energy. Again, this time is dramatic. Some people can't handle their own shit. It's fine. All the water, right? I heard they'll get through it. They'll figure it out. But the point is I feel like you have taught me greatly through my map about boundaries, and I thank you for that. Spiritual boundaries also, but it's hard with the internet, so anyway, I don't know why I'm sharing you with that, but that sucked. I didn't like that energy. Like, why bother to go be a part of something if you're just gonna like knock it the whole time? Do you know what I mean? Or be like, this is like, go to a restaurant and be like, this food sucks. It's just like, well, if you don't like it, don't be there, right? None of us have a gun to our head at this point, forced to do anything. So anyway, I thought it was just so weird. People are weird. Alright, moving along. Oh, did I mention the done? Like, someone's done with something, too. They're done with something, and now they can move on to, like, a fun thing, or they're finishing something, and they'll move on to a fun thing. Actually, I don't even know that I'll do an extended for you. Again, I guess if you're over there, you'll see it if I do. Alright. Take care.